All right, I'm making this video giving you another solid for the people who were hating on the Kendrick Lamar halftime performance. Like I said, this thing goes so far over people's head, it's ridiculous. I'm about to show you something to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So do you remember when Kendrick came out and he said this?
Say Drake, I hate you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him.
That whole phrase went above so many people's minds. To the lesser informed, I'm not going to use the word intelligence or intellectual, but for people who don't know, at face value, they probably like, wow, he's talking about Drake. I can't believe he said that, because he was specifically told not to mention Drake. And believe me, Drake's lawyers sitting there listening to every word, waiting to get to file a lawsuit against him. The NFL specifically told him he had repercussions if he had mentioned Drake, but he did it anyway. Y'all notice how Drake haven't tried to sue Kendrick yet? And he's not going to try to do it. But this is what I'm about to tell you, and it is funny as hell. Now, y'all heard of a entendre, like a double entendre, a triple entendre, quadruple entendre. It's basically saying a phrase that can have multiple meanings. And this is kind of how he's getting away with it. So when he said, hey, Drake, I heard you like him young, blah, 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 blah. You do know there's more than one person named Drake in the world, right? But everybody's thinking that he's talking about Drake, the rapper. But there is another Drake, a Sir Francis Drake, who was actually an English 15th century explorer. He also dabbled in the slave trade, bringing slaves in on the ship. Now, this explorer is also known for taking on young sailors, little boys, almost men, and traveling along with them, young ones, minors. And of course, with the slave trade, what do you think they kept them? They kept them at the bottom of the ship, deck 1. And this is the same place that they keep like prisoners or somebody who need to be detained from the rest of the ship need to be separated. It's also known as a cell block on deck 1, cell block 1. And of course, you all know what happens to people who are pedophiles who go to prison. They have to be separated from the general population for things that are going to get done to them. So you don't want to go to cell block 1 as a pedophile. And as the tyrant, the slave person, or somebody who's imprisoning people, you don't want to be down in cell block 1 on the ship either. Can you imagine being Drake's lawyers, taking him in and filing this suit and coming out with that? And him saying, hey, I'm talking about this guy over here. What are you talking about? That's what I mean with this guy being a genius, and with this triple and quadruple entendres. His depth of his knowledge. You're witnessing a lyrical genius, a poet who just trapped in a rapper's body, or he's displaying his creativity and his genius through the art form of rap. So y'all see that connection there? You see how he connected that? We're talking about a genius, y'all. So I'm going to do you a solid. Go ahead and delete anything you ever said negative about the concert, or about the halftime show, and just leave it up to and just listen and enjoy it and watch as history unfolds. Just enjoy it. Just embrace it, because it's way farther, is way higher than what we can fathom, because we are dealing with a lyrical genius. And you notice how I said entendre, a triple entendre, or double is a phrase, but he also took it and made it a gesture. A gesture. It's a gesture. And y'all missed it. And it's right, or you probably didn't miss it, but you took it for something else. It was when he came up and he gave this smile. When he said, say Drake, number one, It could be Drake looking at that saying, oh, he said my name. So Drake's sitting there looking at him. Oh, he called me out in front of 133 million people. So that's one interpretation. The other, say Drake, is to the NFL, who specifically told him, do not, I don't know what the repercussions of, but do not mention this man's name, for fear of a lawsuit, right? This gesture is to the intellectuals, the ones who actually know what he's all about, the people who know that he's a poet and a lyricist, giving them a clue, like, go find out who this is. So I'm saying with the guy is a genius. I want y'all to understand that. And it's going to be hard to sue somebody who has thought rigorously. Someone who has thought of everything. He's thought of everything. They're going to study this Super Bowl halftime performance for years to come. This was just one phrase. All of this out of one phrase. And he did 13 minutes of it. I mean, people are going to be uncovering this stuff, and it is crazy. Another thing that I want you to know about is the A minor. Everybody's talking about the lowercase a being an A minor, but it goes deeper than that. That's going to be in another video. I'll see y'all in the next one.